Hello and welcome to a new video of your favorite Montblanc dealer. My name is AppelBoom and today I would like to tell something in this video about the new and exciting Montblanc Calligraphy collection. As always, if this video helps you, leave us a like, and if you're interested in these beautiful writing instruments, visit our store in Laren or order them online in our web store at appelboom.com. We will talk later about the box the pen comes in, the features of the pen, the filling mechanism. Of course, we also talk about the nib. At the end we will also do a comparison, but first we give you some background information about this collection. I am very happy that this pen finally released. When I first saw it in the beginning of the year at the Black and White Weeks, which is an event for the Montblanc dealers to show the upcoming items for the year, I immediately knew this would be a great success. It took 3 years of development by more than 35 skilled designers and craftsmen to create a perfect flexible nib. But more about that later in the video. This collection is all about calligraphy. Did you know that in Chinese culture, calligraphy represents personality and success? Calligraphy is a visual art related to writing. Its meaning is the art of beautiful writing, from the Greek word kalos, which is beauty, but as well recovers the notion of a moral, ethical virtue. A contemporary definition of calligraphic practice could be the art of giving form to signs in an expressive, harmonious and skillful manner. Modern calligraphy ranges from functional inscriptions and designs to fine art pieces, where the letters may or may not be readable. The calligraphy collection of Montblanc is available in 2 editions. We have the precious resin version and the solitaire. We will cover both the editions in this video. To match the writing instrument in this collection, Montblanc also made 2 calligraphy inks in their elixir range, a black and yellow gold colored permanent ink. The elixir calligraphy ink took its inspiration of the first calligraphy ink called Indian ink or encre de Chine, which was invented in Asia mid-3000 before Christ. It was made a permanent and opaque ink from one of the oldest and most durable pigments, carbon black. Both the boxes are protected by a black carton sleeve. On the carton sleeve you find a noticeable embossing with gold. This color combination is a reference to the authentical color of the black resin Meisterstück with the gold colored details. On the sleeve of the larger box you find the 888 sign, which is the sign for Montblanc for the flex nib. The solitaire edition comes in the smaller square box, while the 149 comes in the larger square box. When you get the box out of the carton sleeve, you notice the standard Montblanc box. The inside of that box is covered with soft cream velvet and the pen rests in an inlay to prevent it from moving around in the box and getting any scratches. With the box you also get the booklet with a service guide and the international warranty certificate. Also, another booklet comes with the Flex editions. This booklet is a guidance how to use the flex nib. As mentioned before, the calligraphy collection comes in 2 editions. There is the precious black resin version, which is made in the 149 size model of Montblanc. This version is exactly the original 149 edition as we know it, with the gold coated details, the 3 rings on the cap and the Montblanc emblem in white resin crowning the cap. The only new part of this fountain pen is the nib, but more about that later in the video. The other writing instrument in the calligraphy collection is the solitaire version. The solitaire version has a beautiful black lacquered body with real gold leaf on it, which is applied by hand. Because the gold leaf is applied by hand, each and every motif on the pen with the gold leaf is unique and makes this pen a fine piece of art. All the metal details of this model are PVD coated, which looks beautiful with the gold highlights. The cap top is crowned with the Montblanc emblem in white resin. The solitaire gold leaf versions comes as a fountain pen with the standard nib sizes, a fountain pen with a flex nib, but also as a rollable. Both the editions are based on the Meisterstück collection of Montblanc. If you want to learn more about this collection, you can watch our video about the Montblanc Meisterstück series, where we explain all the design details and the different sizes more in detail. Now, let's talk about the unique selling point of this collection, the nib. The nib is the heart of the fountain pen. It is the most important part. Montblanc is one of the few companies left that create the nibs themselves. It takes 35 different stages for the nibmeisters of Montblanc to handcraft a piece of raw material into a beautiful, well-performing nib. Because they create the nib in-house, they are able also to offer this special flex nib. The flexible nib is a new interpretation of a popular Montblanc design from the 50s. It's unique in the world and made of 18 karat massive gold. On the 149 precious resin version, the oversized nib is applied, of course. While on the 146 solitaire version, a smaller version of the flex nib is adjusted. The flex nib is engraved with the 888 motif, while above the motif the number 4810 is engraved and below the name Montblanc in capitals and the gold marks can be found. Flex nib has a line width that varies from 0.3 mm, which is more or less an extra fine, to 1.6 mm line, which is like a double broad. The broader line variation can be obtained by pressing the nib with downstrokes. If you don't put pressure on the nib, the smallest line is put on paper. When using the flex nib, please avoid too much pressure. If you put too much pressure on the nib, the ink feeder might touch the paper, which is something you definitely don't want. Another thing that can happen when you use too much pressure is that the tines of the nib are too far from each other and the ink flow is cut off. Maybe it takes some practice, but if you're able to write with it, it gives a wonderful line variation in your handwriting. As mentioned before, the solitaire version also comes with a regular Montblanc nib. However, regular is never the case with Montblanc items. This nib is ruthenium coated to match the rest of the fountain pen and comes in all the different nib sizes available with Montblanc. Standard, the pen has a fine or a medium nib, but as an authorized Montblanc dealer we can offer all specialty nibs from extra fine to oblique nibs. The fountain pens are based on the 149 model in the case of the precious resin version and the 146 model in the solitaire version. Both these fountain pens uses a piston filling mechanism. The solitaire rollable uses the Legrand rollable or fine liner refills by Montblanc. The Montblanc Calligraphy Solitaire is quite a heavy pen. Capped the pen weighs 62 grams, while uncapped the pen is about 38 grams. It is possible to pose the pen, although I do not recommend this with a beautiful gold leaf finish and the overweight at the end of the pen. To compare the size of the pens, here you see a lineup with the Montblanc Writers Edition 2019 Kipling, the Montblanc Exotic Leather Python, the Montblanc 149, the Montblanc Solitaire Gold Leaf, the Montblanc Patron of Art 2019 Hadrian, the Montblanc Purdy and Sons Edition, and the Visconti Homo Sapiens. Here you see the pens uncapped. This was our overview of the Montblanc Calligraphy collection. If you're interested in these beautiful pens after watching the video, you're welcome to make your purchase in our web store. Let us know about your experience with the Meisterstück and share your thoughts and special moments using the Montblanc in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe.